serve a God who pays attention. We pay attention. God pays attention because he recognizes that I'm trying to keep you in your lane. And sometimes in order to keep you in your lane, he does have to go ahead of us and make our crooked path straight. In order to keep us in our lane, he does have to do some things that help us to recognize that only God could do this. But what I love the most about God is even when we swerve out of our lane, he shows up there too. David said again in Psalm, if I make my bed in hell, you'll be there. Which means that he's not just God when you're doing everything right. And he's not just showing up just because you showed up in all of your righteousness and holiness. But when we look back over our lives, I bet a few of us see some times where I swerved out of my lane, but God was still there in the midst of it all. That God said, I know you don't have no business being over here at this hour of the night. I know you don't have no business talking to this person at all. That's why I'm going to flicker the lights to let you know that I'm over in this lane too. I wish I had some people in here who tried to live wrong. Like I gave it my best shot. Like I was the best at doing bad, but God wouldn't let me get out of my lane. God kept calling me. God, I wanted to turn this sermon off. I didn't want your presence to reach me. I swerved out of your lane because I've got too much shame and I got too much guilt. But for some reason, God came and chased me down. Goodness and mercy kept following me, so much so that I had to turn around and finally say, God, what is it that you want from me? You know I'm not good enough. You know I'm not smart enough. You know all of the things I've done in my past, but every time I swerve out of my lane, you keep pulling me back to where I'm supposed to be. You keep calling my name in spite of what I've gone through.